Hey guys, Veebat here with another V-Place, taking a look at the Heinkel 112. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments. But we've now got the aircraft fully upgraded, and this is the last battle that we will have in this airframe. And I will tell you that this thing is so much better with the 20mm cannons. It makes this thing actually have some oomph to it, and it can burst down other aircraft. Now, I'm not going to tell you that it has sustained damage capabilities. It is definitely going to be a bursty fighter, but it's going to be able to get that damage in and kill those light fighters very quickly. It's just that you're not going to be able to sit behind or sit on the heavy fighters or ground attackers and really be able to knock off a lot of their health all in one fell swoop. But that's really the only thing we had left to upgrade on this airframe, since it was pretty easy to upgrade. The engine was already upgraded from going down the 109 line, and the airframe was only a minor change in maneuverability and hit points, so I am making my way over to the what is this? The military facility, and I'm going to try and help my allies. Now, usually when I go right, starting on what would be the east side, this is not the site that the enemy goes for, but apparently they're here, and they're here in full force, which is good and bad because it gives me more targets to shoot at, which means easier to flip the zone, but it's also going to make it harder for my allies to drop bombs and do their ground attack things, so I really have my work cut out for me as I try to help flip this zone as fast as possible. There we go. Finally got it. It's going to be a good idea if I put a little bit of damage into this bow fighter. I'd like to kill it, but like I said, the sustained damage just isn't quite there with this airframe. I am going to get a nice running pass on this DO 217Z, or Z. And he's on fire, so just a little bit more peppers him away. So there's that burst damage that we would have never been able to do with the stock airframe, because those 792s just would never be able to do that type of work. The 792s now are your fire starters, which is great, but the 20s are the ones that are going to be able to burst down your aircraft when you get into those head-on passes on other fighters, or if you just need to knock off one of these light fighters in a quick turning engagement, such as going up against this 109 Bravo, getting those cannons on target. We hurt him pretty good, crippled his wing, and now we're going to get into the scissor fight. We've lit him on fire with the 792s, and then we take him out. Now we've taken this facility, things are looking pretty good right now, so all we need to do is hold these two sites, or at the very least just hold the military facility, and we should be in a good situation. Oh, and there's that damage. We got him in a single pass. You would never have been able to do that before. Things are feeling up. I've been playing this. Ooh, he wanted to ram me. I thought that that was a bot. Bots typically will not ram, but K-Jim is not a bot. That is a person. I only realized that after the fact, so a little bit of a problem there. So it looks like there's already bombers and ground attackers going over towards the military facility. I'm pinging the map. I want my P-38 to go over there and do heavy things. Heavy things consist of killing bombers and killing ground attack aircraft and countering other heavy aircraft. So I ask Mega, hey, can you go please defend the rocket base after you respawn? And I'm going to handle the mid. Not going to be a problem, right? Because as long as we can maintain that military facility and one heavy fighter should be able to do that, then all I got to do is do the dogfighting thing over here, which isn't too bad, and try and help the rocket base as it is fighting with their missile base to try and play the capture game with this facility. Essentially, our rockets will hit, their rockets will hit. A lot of the ground targets will be knocked out pretty evenly, so the ground attackers are going to have a tough time trying to flip the zone. So as long as I keep killing aircraft and I can keep ahead of it, then we should be able to win this match. Oh, we got quite a few aircraft coming in on us here. We've lost a wing. Oh geez, how many aircraft are on me right now? There's 1, 2, 3 aircraft are engaging me in a dogfight right now. and I am going to have a heck of a time. Luckily, we captured the zone. I know I'm going to die here, but this facility's locked, so it's not a big deal that I just died. What is a big deal, however, is that my heavy is here and not over the military facility, and it looks like we're losing it. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. That might be problematic, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh look, here's White Seawolf. It looks like he's got the same aircraft I do. And you can tell that he's only got the gun upgrade, but he doesn't have the airframe upgrade yet. Alright. Chugging our way back to the middle. Decent speed on the aircraft. Keeps us competitive, allows us to be able to get to where we need to go. Yeah, I know, they're launching rockets. I'll just say, I think it's pretty evident at this point that this aircraft gets a lot better once it's fully upgraded, and I made a note of this with somebody else I was playing with today from my clan, and I'm like, you know, is it just me, or does it feel like the German lines are some of the hardest grinds? Because some of the stock configurations of guns are laughable at best. And he said, nope, it's not your imagination. Their stock grinds are terrible. And unless you've done one line to fruition, you're going to have a really tough time trying to do anything substantial. There's a few stinkers when it comes to upgrade tree, when it comes to the other nationalities, but it's not the rule, right? It's more the exception. And that's what we find with the Germans, is that it's the inverse. It's kind of the rule that you're going to have a tough time going through the upgrade tree, especially when it comes to the guns, because it seems like you're not just replacing guns for better versions of guns, you actually have to add guns to the airframe. Like this thing only had two 792s, and then it gets two 20s once we upgrade it. And I know that's probably more of a did we just get air superiority? That's that cannon first machine guns issue is probably more of a product of how the Germans actually went about modifying their airframes, but yeah, it's just kind of a pain. We were doing so well in this match, and all I need to do is probably kill one aircraft here, and that'll be enough to be able to flip the zone. But I just can't get my guns around on this little biplane to be able to do anything substantial, and nobody from my team was able to capture or defend. And there's my P-38. He's over here instead of where he probably should be. Oh well. This is still low tiers. I'm gonna, what is this, a tier 5? Yeah, it wasn't a bad match. It was just unfortunate that we lost, and so close to finally killing that biplane. We did well for us, considering that we were bottom tier, but at the end of the day, this was enough for me to be able to unlock the Focke-Wulf 190A1, which means that we finally get to move on out of this airframe and move into the next stage. But the Focke-Wulf 190A1 isn't going to be a real picnic either, because it doesn't even start with cannons. It starts with 4 792 machine guns, and you have to upgrade to get cannons on the aircraft. So yet again, a tough grind ahead of us. But that's a story for another time. So guys, if you liked what you saw, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, and if there's something you didn't like, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.